Hello. Hello everyone. You మాట్లాడరేందా స్వామి?
Hi,
Hello,
sir.
sir.
Okay. We'll start the session today.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and that day we had encountered for splice connection. See this splice connection. This is plate to plate splice connection. In this plate to plate connection, if you select this one, you will get like this. Whenever we are designing for SHS sections, we should go with only plate to plate. Remaining options will not work because you can't weld inside, right? So you have to go with plate to plate only. This is only option for your thing. So in this case, how we have to edit? Already a plate to plate means two plates will be there. That plate thickness only you want to give. So it might be 12 thick or something. We can have the angle for these members like some 20, 15. You can put that angle like this. If it is, see, now it is like a top card member like that. You can have like this. Or you can go, if you go in to go with straight, you can go straight. This one, after giving this one, you have to do here my what are the operations are there. We have to select two members, which you are going to give the plate to plate. Its position. Next, you have to select the plate, material, and thickness of the plate. The both plates will come same thickness. You can't change one plate, sim. You can't another plate. You can't change. But if you want to do that, also you have a possibility. For that one, you have to give plate two plates. How you have to give that? You have to add one plate, stiffening plate like that. This is stiffening plate for the member. If you consider it as for member, can have the for the member like this for member. Which member? For web, it might be B1 or anything. You can select one. Otherwise, actually, when we are giving a stiffening plate, on stiffening plate there are many operations. Is that here? If you select stiffening plate, you have to give the material, then thickness of the plate, then you have to give is it rectangular or polygonal or circle. You have to select that. If it is rectangle, you have to give this many coordinates, this many dimensions, like up how much and down how much, like that. So if you an origin of the plate can be connected to the joint or can be a member or to the plate. Joint, if you give, it will ask the coordinates where it will come, and it will give the rx or y and can give the angle for that. But if you give only to the member, then it will come to that member only. Member of, maybe if it is we are giving in member B1, and to which part it we are going to weld it is for weld for the web 1. Here we have many web, four webs will be there for in SHS sections. So we have to select any web. If you select web 1, arc 1, like this, it will come. All web options in that member it will show. You have to select to which one we have to select. If you select like this, it will come. So anything. You can select any one and then you can adjust it accordingly. So but if you, before adjusting this, we need to have the see where it is coming. It will come at the center. Actually we can give the position to go where. So -10, if I give minus, this is 5 10th plate only, right? So center will be 5 mm. So 10. And rotation, if you want to rotate it to at the angle, otherwise pitch, you can give something, same thing. Next one, can adjust the dimensions to fit into the member. Like it can be 100 by, this is 200, 300 by 200 by 10. So you can give same thing. On side it is 200. So you have to see the dimension of how where it is changing. Accordingly you can give. So 50 and give. It is enough. So if you want it, put 10 mm extra for the well, can give like that. Next, thing, you have to adjust the plate accordingly completely in all the directions. As we can have only two sets bolting. So if you want to have only two sets bolting, can give only 10 mm here. So only two sets bolting will be there. This one is on plate game. We have to get another plate. But if you want to give again all these dimensions, so otherwise what we can do is we we can copy same thing. If you copy, the same plate will come to the same member everything, but you have to change here to again another member. So both plates are came now, but you have to see the plates are in a position or not. You have to see in transparent view. This is member. This member is up to here, and this is SP2. SP2 is for B2 for this plate. So if you go 5 mm, again you have to go. This is B2. B2 is for SP2. Okay, and B1 is for SP1. Now both are there, but members are here. So what you have to do is you have to go you cut. Here you can go with the P cut, cutting plate and cutting a plate, cut a plate. So select the modified item. Otherwise, if you want to cut the member itself, I want to cut the member also. So if I want to cut with member, I have to select which member. I have to select B2. I will select cut by plate. Cut by which plate? Plate will be SP2. So member already adjusted to that plate. Same thing, you have to copy this part, right? But before this, you have to check the all other things as correct or not. If you can, in this case, bounding box and the surface both will be same, and the weld size, weld thickness, you can change it to 5 mm or whatever you need. But right now we have 10 thick plate, right? 10 thick, right? So you can go up to 6 mm. In P cut, if you want to P cut, it is we are cutting the plate, but we are not cutting the plate. So you can have the here. See, in now if you go with P cut, it will ask for the members like that. It will cut the plate only one plate of the member. So we can't go for the P cut. We have to go for the cutting only, cutting of the member cut. So same operation I will copy it again, and I will go with B1 now with SP1. So surface. Okay. But weld not came because we had given the plate exactly at the edge of the member. So the member is not clashing with the plate. So the cutting was not done. So if you want to do that, you have to move the plate or you have to move the member. So we will move the plate itself because we should have the clearance for the plate to plate also. So can move 1 mm. So exact edge means that's why it is pub. So you can have like this. Now plate to plate already, and this plate to this member is welded. Now you have to go, everything is done, but we have to bolt it now. Go to operation, this up again. Now here we can have different thicknesses. As I explained already earlier, you can have one is 10 thick and one is 11 thick. Whatever we have, we can have 12 also you can have. This is 12 thick, this is 11 and 10 thick. So we can have like that. But in this case, but you in this PP1, you can't have a uh, so two different plate thicknesses. But here you can have. Okay, same remaining bolt grid we will have. Now another operation is like bolt grid we have to add. So this is, in this operation you are getting all at one time, but here you have to make one by one operation. This in bolt grid option. In bolt grid, we have to select bolts and items, to which items we are going to bolting, like an n number. Like if you have two, we are having bolting with only two plates, we can have four plates also, we can bolt it. So we have to select in how many numbers we are going to bolt it. So two numbers, that is for sp1 and sp2 only. And what type of bolt we are going to select, we had selected m16 only. Next, at which location, the location it has come here, so you have to move this one to your location, like to this location. So same number of bolts I need, and on that side also. So for that one, I need to copy that one, means you can give the position, another position. It's like 150 minus. So bolts are ready. Now we can run the analysis. So I'm not designing, right? I'm not worried about this failure. Okay, we'll go for another connection. Another operation is like with splice plate. And another operation for this one, we have to go with the members should be I sections only. I section or remaining M sections with not. We can off remaining all operations, otherwise we can delete the operations. So finish. Now we can have this spice plate. Select that. If you have that members configuration, automatically the bolts and the plate, everything will come. If the configuration meets with that player operation, means it will come everything. So here same thing, we can have the backend plate, and the same thing we can go give for the web, and same thing for the same flange. So we can have multiple place plates, because we can't do this one for only one plate. If you give, the connection will fail. So we have to give a splice plate for top and bottom also. So if you go here, what are the operations we have is here also same. We have to select the members which we are going to splice member, and the material and thickness and location where we need. Right now we have got it front. You can select it where, like see the bolts plate what we are getting is right now in the back of the flange. So here, but maximum we will have to go with front. So we can't put the full plate in the back. So full plate should come in the front only. Next, the connection type bolted. It is bolted already. Operation is fixed. We can't have the weld here, but we can have the weld. Why? By having this like this operation. You have to add a special plate, and then after separate plate, then you can have weld one side, on one side we can go for bolt also, like that. So all operations you have to create one by one. Then only you can have this full beam or whatever, however we need, like the dimension. Next, dimensions what we have right now within center line, or we can go with the top of steel also. Next, uh, b1 is the dimension of the plate from center of the plate. See from the here, you can see here from the center of the beam to the how much to the edge of the plate, it is 110 mm. If you can want to increase it, you can have like 150 here. So 150 is one side, and 150 can be another side. Otherwise one side can be less. Offset means if you have offset 10 mm, the 10 mm will extend the plate. If you give minus will reduce the plate. So plus minus here, increase or minus means reduce, like that. So now you can have as exactly with the flange of the member. So you can go with 0. Now, and next plate thing is backing plate. So whenever you are going to design like this connection, you have to finish every operation perfectly only in one splice plate, and then you can copy to the second flange. So you have to finish everything here itself. The plate thickness and everything you have to freeze it here. And we can have a separate thickness for the backing plate. Backing plate can be very less profile, 6 mm thick plate. The offset here, offset means offset from the web of the plate. Here right now it is 13 mm, can be having 5 mm. See, it is going to the near to the web, like that we can have that offset. If you want to edit this side of the plate, you have to edit here itself. If you edit here in this offset, that offset also will go. See, both plates will move with the same thing, backing plate and both plates, because you are attaching to that plate itself. So the both plates will move. Next, in the bolts, same thing. Same, we are already explaining bolts how we are going to give. Like bolt, we have type you have to select, and member axis, which axis you are going to take. It is plus or minus. You can take it. Plus means one side, minus means that side, and axis means we are going the axis. From x axis we are giving both. And then transfers. Here we can have two numbers we only they are having, and longitudinal can have one more row also. You can have one more row will come based on our plate requirement. You can have like this. If you increase the rows, you can reduce the bolt size. Next, you can have the pattern of grid. Otherwise staggered. Staggered means Like, see, if you give staggered, one is coming like that, another coming will have another like this. We had selected first one staggered, so the staggered means the dimension will be different. First staggered shot. So like this, that is 3, this is 2. Staggered, but staggered we will not use because it will not come exactly. We, if you want to use different thing means you have to go like grid option only. Another grid, you have to select only one axis, and for another one you have to go for grid and you will have to get it, because this staggered is fixed with the dimensions. You can't do anything, whatever the edge distance, this you can't edit here. So staggered is, yeah, nothing, waste only. It's, you can go for regular only. Regular shape layer thread, you can go shape layer thread means whenever we have a this bolt, there will be a threads in that. The threads will be in the shear means we have to select this plane. If not means you can ignore it. So every time like this connection, shear plane will be in thread only. So shear force transfer, the transfer, how it will transfer. Right now we are only having the plates and things, but we can select the friction option also will be there. We can select with the friction, but while selecting the friction, the bolts how we will behave, like the forces will be, should be less. Can't have more like this. So I'll do another plate. I'll copy the same plate to the bottom. I'll copy it, but I have to change the flange. Flange also now done. Now we will run the analysis, but one with friction and one with paying tension. We'll see how it will. Otherwise, first we have to run normally, then we have to see the difference. Right now it's passing. Then we can have with friction. Friction also will pass because the plates are very nearby. I have to see how it is. And whenever it is taking more time to give the result means maximum it will be a fail. That's all. Should give within minutes, like it will not take more time. So whenever it is taking more time than usual means it's failing. That's all. The analysis itself failing. So we can't give the friction for this type of connections. But we have to check based on project. There may be a problem. Like in the previous company, I have like one is movable, one is fixed. So in that case, we can have friction only. One beam will be moving based on that uh, temperature for the temperature. So we have to give slotted connection and we have to fix it.
Giri Baba,
Yes, sir.
I wanted to interrupt. I had a small query.
Okay.
Can you open that connection? Yeah. I think this whatever the backing plate is coming, no?
Yes.
That is needed.
This is not.
I mean,
See, it's not needed or not. That's why I'm explaining what are the options, how it will come.
oh,
So if you, this is just your requirement and your design, your connection. I'm explaining the
okay.
software only, right?
Okay, okay. No, but actually, normally we will not give that two plates.
That
Only
is
one
requirement.
top or top.
That is requirement. We
Yeah.
see in case of bridges there will be a
Uh-huh.
plate. There will
Okay.
be a backing plate used.
Okay. 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 Okay.
That's
Thank you.
just a requirement. On software only explaining now.
Okay.
This is splice. So next one, bracing connection. So we will go with bracing connection. For that we need only one member and another two members will be a two or one anything. So we will remove these operations. One member is continuous and another member will be some to have some angle. So I want to give the cassette plate for this one. But see, this is not coming properly, means we are not in the line. See, if it is in continuous, we have to select this is continuous. One is continuous, and one the should be ended. Whenever the going to a cassette plate connection, one member should be continuous, like this. Then only the cassette plate connection will come. Now member will be B1 connected to new plate. If you have already existing plate, you can select that plate. Otherwise, if you are going to take the connection with only member plate itself, means you can select that member plate. Member plate means this is a member plate and this is also a member plate. So whatever the web or flange, it can be a member plate. So it's related to which member, means I selected one member there and another plate which be related, connect plate should be connected to this beam coming from this beam. So I will again assign this. We'll see how it. Yes. To get now the connection for this one. So for gusset this one, we are going with a new plate only and connecting to the B1 and related. You can have this beam can be related to another plate or another member. Maybe we can have two members connecting to the same gusset plate, so we can select in that case. So now the material you can select and the thickness of the plate you can select, maybe 10 mm width. How much width? This one actually member is I section. In I section the plate cassette plate can be a typical, actually can't do that much easily. I had to do like end plate connection, otherwise we can extend the plate to the, we can have notches on one side and we can extend the plate to the web, then only we can have the bolts. So the plate should be adjusted in that way. So for that one we had to have big plate first, like the member will be down. Now right now this member is okay, member should not touch this member, we can't have the connection, so member should not touch. And in this way, this one we can have big plate first, like see, now it is in the web. Now we can bolt with this plate to this plate. Afterwards we will delete this, we'll cut this plate how to our margin if it is passing for that. So we'll do the remaining things here. The position, right now the position is exactly in the center of the web. So this position you should go with, right? Some people are doing exactly in the center. I seen in one project they are doing exactly in the center like that. In that case you have to be in center only. You have to put this plate, you have to put, and again you have to put one more plate on both sides, and you have to weld a bolt that to these three plates. One side you can weld and one side both sides you can bolt it. So that in that case it can be a exact in the center, but not required that much be center. We can have it opposite any side of the web. So for that case we can give this any what is the thickness of the web, then only we can give that uh, that dimension here, then it will come exactly. So we have 7 mm here. 7 mm means it will be in the center. So whenever we have to give to one side, means we should use 3.5 mm. 3.5 we will not can't get in the idea statica, so we can have only 4 mm or something. This thickness, how much? This thickness is 10 mm. It is moving in this direction. Okay. Okay, here there is an option. This is not that option. This can be 0. You can have that option here. Current. This cassette plate is not working for the I sections actually. So if you want to for I sections, you can have another operation. But for in this operation, we are not getting I section. So right now, these operations are for our helping only. We can do it the connection faster. That is the reason they provided the shortcut all operations in one go. If you want to do the connection normally means you can scratch you can start from you can take one work plane as it showing one work plane, then you can add member, you can have the load case, and we can have all you can add one by one. That also will show on how you can start from scratch, like from the custom connection. Like so this one, so whenever we have more operations, right, it is taking more time to come to this one, so you can delete these operations, then it will be easy to get in this connection. Otherwise it is taking more time, lag time otherwise. So we can adjust this one, the bolt, how we need. Then like this, if you want to have another bolt, you can have, otherwise you can. So after doing this one, you don't want remaining plate, right? So you can right now you can adjust the plate now. So like if you can't adjust like this, you can do cutting. How you can go with editor. Here you can have a notch or offset. Here in notch, what we can get is this side is we have a bolt. So with 2 we can adjust to reduce the plate. So how much we want to reduce? Again we can have one more chamfer like that. Otherwise, to, no. Already we have the chamfer, so can't get. So when already we have a notch, you can't have in the chamfer on the same edge. So that is the problem. We can't have like this, but we can have another bevel or something to another edge. If we have any thing, means we can bevel arc. Now we can apply this. We can have like this. So we don't want this also, right? So here, this one we can adjust here itself. So this one you already adjusted. After adjusting, it came like this. So you can remove this. Can move this position of the plate. Now you're matched exactly. Then finished. If you want to adjust this one dimensions, you can adjust as per your requirement. So alas, can earn the analysis. whenever we did wrong, like we didn't weld with this plate to this member, otherwise we didn't do any bolting, we miss any welding, means the analysis can't be done. Analysis will be shown like it's not done. We'll get analysis 100 failure will come. Analysis failure itself will come. So in that case, there is an issue in that your modeling. But then you can see in check, see analysis warning itself coming. In this coming, why analysis coming, guys? Analysis warning will come for 2-3 types. One is for the what are the operations you had done that might be wrong, and another one is maybe what are the loads you had given for that member will be heavy. So for the B2, what you had given my, but it will not take my. And you are going for equilibrium. You don't need equilibrium, and this is our supporting. Set, we have to set this as a bearing number. Then continuous member should be a bearing member every time. See, analysis finish. So we just changed here only the load. So maybe the bearing member, whatever you are going to give the loading member, it can be having heavy loaded, means the analysis can't be run. So in the brace connection, this is the one. So gusset plate also done. So remaining we will continue in tomorrow. Thank you for everyone.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.